to do a couple more basic steps before we move on. Let's do a side together. So basically it's just stepping to the side and stepping the right foot next to the left. Some line dances will have that. Side together. We can do it the other way. So we shift weight to the left foot and we can slide together to the right. Side together and side together. We also have a step slide where we take a bigger step and slide that right foot on whatever number of counts the choreographer wants you to slide on. Quite often it'll be 4, but not always. So we take a step to the right, a step slide to the right, we're going to step on 1, slide 2, 3, 4, and to the left we take a step, slide 6, 7, 8. It could be a waltz, which will be 3, 4 times. So there's 3 beats per measure, and likely there will be 3 steps. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This can also be done forward. Step, slide, and step back and slide. And you might do it multiple times. Step back, slide, step back, slide. So, step slide is an important step. Quite often they'll have walk steps, which there isn't really a lot to discuss with that, but they may just say walk forward 3 and do something. So, Black Book has this in it, Little Black Book. So, in Little Black Book we step 1, 2, 3, turn and hitch. But you might do something else. You might step 3 and walk, touch. So weights on the left, we're just going to 1, 2, 3, touch, back, 2, 3, and touch. You can have multiple side togethers, side, step together, side, step together, side, step together, side, and touch. That's the first 8 counts of Cupid Shuffle. So that's another step that we can do. One step that we have that you'll probably get into with beginner level dances is a lock step. So weights on my right foot. If I step forward with my right, I'm going to bring my left foot up behind my right and put weight on that left foot. And it's called lock step because you can't go any further. You're kind of stuck. And then we'll take probably another step with the right. It depends on what the choreographer has on the dance. So let's do a left lock. We step forward to the left, we bring that right foot up behind and lock, step on the right, and the left foot's free to do something else. Sometimes that can be syncopated. I'm going to get into syncopated steps in a minute. We have shuffles, kickball changes, but you can do a syncopated step lock. So syncopation is more than 1 step in 1 beat of music. So generally you're going to have 3 steps in 2 counts of music, but you can have more or less. Well, you can't have less, I don't think. Actually, you probably can. Some choreographers split complicated dances into 1 and 2, 1, and 2. So you could have 3 steps, but you're not going to probably do that in a beginner level line dance. So let's do it with some syncopation. So the count would be 1 and 2. And then we might do a left lock, 3 and 4. Now a popular step is called a Dorothy step, uses that lock step, and it was done in The Wizard of Oz, I believe, by Dorothy. So the timing is slightly different. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. So the time is slightly different. Sometimes you kind of lead into it. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. So that makes a lock step into a Dorothy step. If you remember the step that she did in The Wizard of Oz, you can now Google that or YouTube it. So that gives us another step.